Hey, you guys. It's your girl, She Nurses, and I'm back with another video today. How are you guys doing? How's your week been so far? Has it been crazy, busy, just unexpected things happening? What's going on with you all? Because I want to talk about anything but this crazy class I got going on. Anything but that. Because that's where I've been. That and working as well. So just wanted to catch up, and I'm going to put out a couple of more videos today, and the winner will be announced in one of these videos. So you'll just have to stay tuned and watch and listen.
Because the cash giveaway is today.
It is today. So today's video, I wanted to talk about assault. I want to talk about assault. And that's, as you guys know, I've been following the Larry Reid live, or Larry Reid versus Darryl Moore case. And I've just been, putting my spin on it and just what I think is going to happen or not happen, and just trying to put a different perspective into things, I like to try to think outside the box. So I'm thinking, okay, if you did not hit anyone, if you did not touch anyone, how can you get assault charges filed on you? Am I the only one that was thinking that? I hope I'm not. I hope somebody else is like, what the hell? Like, where did the assault come in at? Because that was my first question. I'm like, hold up. So, y'all know I Googled. That's what I do. So, verbal assault is one of them. It's a non-physical oral assault that results in emotional, mental, or psychological injury rather than physical bodily injury. So, it's like mental, it destroys them mentally in some sort of way. And there's two different kinds. There's simple assault. It occurs when a weapon is not used and, there's no harm. It's minor. Then there's verbal assault. This is a type of non-physical that we just talked about, causing some kind of psychological, mental damage, And I wanted to know, is it necessary to strike someone to be found guilty? Do you just have to hit them? But no, it's not necessarily having to strike anybody. And you guys can pause this at any time. And there's even different types, you guys. Like first degree aggravated assault, that's like the worst one. And then it goes on up to the misdemeanors. Like there's several categories of assault. I'm like, oh my goodness. Like I've learned with the law that it just gets deeper and deeper. It's like, the tree branches. You got the main base of the tree and then they just branch off. So this is explaining the first degree assault, which is the most severe of charges. And it's just like, what falls under this bracket of first degree? What do you have to be guilty of to be charged with first degree assault? So I found that rather interesting. That it like I said, it's just like the branches breaking off and separating into their own separate branches, and then you got the leaves that come along with that. I learned that the law is like very, very complex. You know what I mean? And like second degree is not as severe as first degree. And it goes to talk about what the charges are if you are guilty of second degree assault. Like, I believe that this is still like the bodily harm. I believe the more severe cases of assault is like when you actually put your hands on someone, And there's the third degree assault. Like I said, is much less severe. Now we're getting into like you're being reckless, and it could be considered a misdemeanor rather than a felony. So we're getting into all of what I was trying to do was figure out what category would this fall under? What would the punishment be? Because we already know it wasn't physical. So we're just breaking this down. We're breaking this down to see what could it fall under. You know, it's not as violent. We see 4th degree is not as violent. You know, you've been accused of committing an assault. And it goes to say that all of these are taken seriously, very seriously. And like the assault that we're talking about, which is the non-physical, this is more of the verbal assault. And I'm thinking that's probably going to fall into just like fines, because we do know from the videos that we've watched that Larry is seeking monetary damages. He's saying that he's lost subscribers. He's lost Patreon, members as well. And like this says, you do not have to require proof of actual physical contact, which we know that now. It's just showing a threat of violence enough to say there was a reasonable fear. Like you put fear in someone, enough fear into them to cause them mental anguish. So here we are getting into, pointing out exactly what is going on here. Like these are the elements that are required to be proven. Like you have to prove these things in order for someone to be found guilty of assault. Like it has to be proven, okay? And if you guys want to pause this at any time and look at it, you can. Like, because I am very, very curious to know what's going to be proven. Like, what evidence is Larry going to provide in this case to let us know? Don't turn it on. To let us know. Just a moment. I'm talking to my grandson, y'all. To let us know that, hey, it caused me some mental anguish. It caused me to be fearful of my life, You need to have some strong evidence, like this says. Eyewitnesses. Testimony, from your witnesses, and everything has been playing out on YouTube. We know this. So I'm assuming we're going to be watching a lot of videos when it comes to this case, because nobody's talking on the phones anymore. Everybody's just making videos, right? Okay. So, of course, we know, I still put the question is, but we know there are legal defenses to assault charges. Who's ever getting accused, Darryl's going to defend himself. He's the one that's being accused. This is one of his, things that he has to defend himself on. It might be, they're saying, okay, you might have been involuntarily intoxicated, which made you assault this person. We're just talking about the defenses that they could bring up. A person gave you consent to commit the assault. That could be one of the legal defenses, which we know that, I don't think any of this applies just yet, but I'm just giving a different view on it. The person was under duress or coercion. I can't even pronounce it, y'all. My tongue is too thick or something. Coercion. To commit it, like someone threatened them to commit this assault, or somebody was, deeply persuaded to assault this person, So we're just looking at it from a legal standpoint. Another legal defense is that it was in self-defense or in defense of others. But like we know that this was not any physical assault. This is a simple assault that I would think it would fall under, and it's non-physical. So everything we're talking about would be verbal in this case. Okay, so I'm thinking verbal, simple. All right. Now I think we're narrowing this down into a category. But I don't think any of the things that we've gone over applies in this case. But I'm just looking at all aspects of assault, We're just breaking this down. And we're trying to understand, where did the charge come from? You know what I'm saying? All we've seen is videos from both parties. We know a defense is an argument or explanation which you use to prove that you're not guilty of something. Okay, and of course, Darryl is saying, I'm not guilty. I didn't do anything. So I'm going to defend myself. He's obtained his lawyer. And he said not only that, but I'm going to provide a vigorous defense. You know, that means it involves physical strength, effort, or energy, strenuously or forcefully. That just means, basically, to me, non-lawyer, I'm going to use everything in my power to prove my innocence. So, as we've learned, yes, you can face assault charges if you did not touch anyone. It can fall under verbal assault, and they could say they feel intimidated by you. Okay, now here's something I always wondered. So I just threw this in here, like, how do people that are truly guilty get lawyers? So it's saying defense lawyers are ethically bound to represent all clients, even clients they know that are guilty. So I just thought that was interesting. So it's ultimately up to the judge and the jury to prove a case beyond a reasonable doubt, guilt or non-guilty or not guilty. So I thought that was pretty cool to learn. Now, you guys, there's this YouTuber I want you to subscribe to, Universal Tea with Marie. She has such a beautiful story about her life. Subscribe to her. Check her out. She's even going to be doing a weight loss challenge, and I'm going to be in there with her. I'm not going to compete for the money, but I will be in there and getting this summer body together. You know what I'm saying? But you guys tell me what you think about this. Drop down in the comments and tell me what you think it's going to be. What evidence do you think Larry is going to present in his case? I've seen nothing but videos. So I say whoever's in that courtroom are going to be watching a lot of videos, and there's going to be a lot of witnesses, as we've heard from Darryl, because he's going to provide a vigorous defense. So, hey, I'm ready. Are y'all ready? I am. I cannot wait. So I will see you guys in the next video. Love y'all. Bye. For real. It's almost disrespectful. There's a downgrade, you know it. Yeah, still your best.